Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball Card Breaks. Today's matchup is between the Baltimore Orioles and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for Baltimore is Scott McGregor, whose record is 7-8 with a 4.90 ERA. And pitching for Detroit is Rick Reuschel, whose record is 9-14 with a 4.93 ERA. And so yesterday was a bit of a bummer. We took an early lead, we gave it all back up, and the score was tied at 5 in the sixth. And it went into extra innings, and our bullpen just could not get anybody out. We walked 12 batters in that game, and twice walked the bases loaded. And in the 10th, the Orioles scored 2 to win the game. So unfortunately, we needed that victory. Going into today's game, we have a pretty solid matchup with Rick Reuschel on the mound. He's been pitching better of late, and so we need this victory. We're only 1.5 games back of the Yankees, but Baltimore is 2.5 right back on our heels here. So I guess we'll have to see if we can win this game and maybe gain a game back from the Orioles. So all of our bullpen is available. Everybody pitched in yesterday's game. So, and no one particularly did well. So I don't know what to think about the bullpen today. And our lineup is the exact same as Game 1 and Game 2 of the series. Oh, you know what? I am sorry. It is not. I need to make this correction because I forgot that McGregor is a lefty. So pardon me for a second here while I normally would have our righty lineup in there versus lefties, but I don't, and so I want to just quickly reorganize this. Let's do this. Because, in a game that's this important, I really want to have our best players in the game, even if they don't hit lefties very well. And as you can see by the numbers here, versus lefties, we're not particularly good at that. So I'm just kind of putting this lineup back together. There we go. I think we'll do that and then that. And okay, so there's our lineup. All right. So over here on the left side, we have the lineup for the Orioles. It's the same as their first 2 games of the series. And then over here on the right side, you'll see the 1980 Topps baseball card that represents that player. So leading off and playing second base is Wayne Crinchiki. Batting second and in center field is Al Bumbry. Batting third and at first base is Eddie Murray. Batting cleanup and in left field is Jeff Burrows. Batting fifth and DHing is Gary Reuschel. Batting sixth and at third base is Doug DeCinces. Batting seventh and in right field is Ken Singleton. Batting ninth and catching is Glenn Borgman. And batting ninth and at short is Dave Concepcion. And on the mound for Detroit is Rick Reuschel. And he's been back and forth with his starts. He's 5-5 with a 4.38 ERA. Overall, he's pitching better than he did when he was a Chicago Cub. We got him in a trade in May when Wilcox went down. And he's got 2 complete games for us. Opponents are batting .291. So you can compare the numbers between both cities that he pitched in, and you can see that he's doing much better for us than he did in Chicago. So leading off the game for the Orioles is Wayne Crinchiki, who has started all 3 games of the series instead of Phil Garner. So his first 3 starts of the whole season. So Crinchiki grounds to first base, and then Al Bumbry grounds it right back to Big Daddy Rick Reuschel. And so with 2 down, here is Eddie Murray, Hall of Famer. And he grounds it to Whitaker, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Rick Reuschel. So let's go ahead and go down the lineup for Detroit. Again, same lineup as the first 2 games of the series, but in a slightly different order against the lefty. Batting leadoff and playing second base is Lou Whitaker. Batting second and at short is Alan Trammell. Batting third and in left field is Steve Kemp. Batting cleanup and DHing is Carlton Fisk. Batting fifth and catching today is Lance Parrish. Batting sixth and in right field is Gary Hancock. Batting seventh and at first base is Jason Thompson. Batting eighth and at third base is Richie Hepner. And batting ninth and in center field is Omar Marino. And here's the stats for Scott McGregor. This is the first time we've seen him all year. McGregor, interesting pitcher really from the 80s. He has 7 seasons in his career where he made 30 starts. And in only one season did he ever have more than 100 strikeouts. So 1 year of 100 strikeouts while making 30 starts or more in 7 seasons. So you don't ever see that anymore. He was definitely a pitch-to-contact hitter. He was an all-star in 1981, which was a strike-shortened year. In 1980, the season we're playing, he did win 20 games. And he won a World Series in 82 with the Orioles. But he's made 6 starts in the playoffs overall. And he was 3-3 with an ERA under 2. So a very clutch pitcher for the Orioles. He played his whole career with them. He was drafted out of high school by the Yankees in the first round in 1972. He played on the same high school team as George Brett, who graduated a year before him. And after he was drafted by the Yankees, he was traded in 1976 to the Orioles in a huge trade. It was a 9-player trade, which included Rick Dempsey, Tippy Martinez, and Rudy May going to the Orioles with McGregor. And coming back was Doyle Alexander, Ken Holtzman, Grant Jackson, and a couple other minor leaguers. So kind of a blockbuster trade for 1976. And at the end of his playing career, he became a minister. So there's some background on Scott McGregor since we have not seen him yet this year. And Whitaker is going to lead off by grounding to second, and Crinchiki has it for the first out. So 1 down. Here's Tram. And Trammell grounds it also to Crinchiki. So 2 assists for Crinchiki in the first 2 batters. Next up is Steve Kemp, who hits lefties pretty well. He's batting .304, but he goes down swinging in a 1-2-3 inning for Scott McGregor. So to the top of the second, Jeff Burrows leads off the inning. He grounds it to Thompson at first, and that's 1 down. That brings up Gary Reuschel, 4 for 7 against Reuschel, but he goes down swinging. That's the first K for Reuschel today. 2 down now for Doug DeCinces, and he's going to get an infield hit to third. And now DeCinces is at first. And that's the first hit of the game. Here's Ken Singleton with runner at first. And DeCinces was attempting to steal second base. And he was thrown out by Parrish for the third out. So we go to the bottom of the second. Carlton Fisk going to lead off. He's batting .366 versus lefties, which is why I moved him into the cleanup role today. And he hits a high fly ball to right field. But Singleton has it for the out. So 1 down. Here's Lance Parrish. Parrish gets a base hit into center field. There's the first hit of the game for Detroit. So Parrish is at first. That brings up Gary Hancock. And Hancock goes down swinging. 2 Ks for McGregor. And Thompson, who's also a lefty, does not hit lefties well, batting only .158. But he drops one in front of Singleton in right field for a base hit. Parrish takes third. And we have runners at first and third for Richie Hebner. And Hebner's going to ground it to short, and that is the third out of the inning. So to the top of the third, no score. Ken Singleton leads off. Singleton strikes out swinging. 2 Ks now for Reuschel. Up next is Glenn Borgman. Borgman hits a lazy fly ball to the left, and that's 2 down as Kemp makes the catch. That brings up Dave Concepcion, and he flies out to right as Hancock makes the catch. So another 1-2-3 inning to the bottom of the third. Omar Marino leads off. He was 2 for 2 with 2 walks yesterday, and he grounds out to third. 1 down. Back to the top of the lineup with Sweet Lou. And Lou shoots it to left field past the left fielder Burrows, gets to the wall, and it wants to know, do we want to attempt an inside-the-park home run? The most exciting play in baseball. Well, here's Burrows with the ball, and Whitaker's not even at third, but how can you say no, right? So we're going to do it, and Whitaker is safe at home with an inside-the-park home run. So Detroit takes the lead, 1-0 on Whitaker's 10th home run. Every member in our lineup has at least 10 home runs now, except for Marino, who definitely will not get there. And Tramble's up next as he gets a base hit into center field, and it gets past the center fielder, Al Bumbry, and Tramble's got a triple. So how many times have you ever seen a inside-the-park home run followed by a triple? I can't think of any. Baltimore's not pulling the infield in for Kemp, and so Kemp grounds it to second. That should score Tramel. It does. 2-0 lead for Detroit as Kemp gets an RBI. And the bases are clear now for Carlton Fisk. And Fisk hits a high, deep fly ball to center field. And it goes 413 feet. But it is a cavern out there in center field, so an easy out for Bumbry. And we head to the top of the fourth with a 2-0 lead. Here's Wayne Crinchiki, top of the lineup, leading off. And he hits a blooper over Whitaker, but it goes a little too far as Kemp makes the catch. 1 down. Here's Al Bumbry. Bumbry grounds it to Thompson at first. It's 2 down. Here's Hall of Famer Eddie Murray, and he's going to strike out looking. That's the 3rd K for Reuschel. And we go to the bottom of the fourth with Lance Parrish leading it off. He got a base hit his first time up, and he gets another one up the middle. So 2 for 2 today for Parrish. We have a runner at first. And we're going to let Hancock swing away. And he hits it right straight up in the air, past the mound. And it's caught by Concepcion for the first out. So 1 down. Here's Thompson, who had 3 home runs in consecutive games. That streak was broke yesterday. And he's going to ground it. Oh, I thought that was going to be a double play, but Crinchiki misses it. So it's a base hit for Thompson, and we're not going to risk Parrish getting thrown out at third. So first and second for Hebner. And Hebner grounds it to third. DeCinces boots it. And everybody's safe. Bases are loaded now for center fielder Omar Marino. Only 1 down. It's going to be tough to double him up. So I think if he just puts it in play, we should be all right. But of course he doesn't. He strikes out looking for the second out. And it's going to be up to Whitaker to capitalize on the bases being jammed. And he grounds it to third to DeCinces. And he fields it cleanly this time for the third out. So we go to the top of the fifth. Jeff Burrows is up. Wasted opportunity for the Tigers there, as the Orioles were trying to gift us a run. Burrows pops it up on the infield. Trammell has it for the first out, so 1 down. Here's Gary Reuschel. And Reuschel is going to bloop it over Trammell. That should get down for a hit. Yep, sure does. Second hit of the game, as Reuschel stays at first. So 1 down. Here's Doug DeCinces. DeCinces grounds it right back to Reuschel. Is that going to be 2? Oh no, Reuschel boots it. He throws it wild to first, and wow, runners at first and second. And here's switch hitter Ken Singleton, who's batting .266 versus righties, and he hits it to left, and I think Kemp's got that one easily. He does. That's 2 down. So with 2 outs, runners at first and second, here's Borgman. And Borgman's going to get a base hit to left. Will Reuschel score? He does score from second. And the Orioles are on the board. It's an unearned run. And the score is 2-1. Dave Concepcion now. He grounds it. Oh, gets past Trammell to center field, and the second run scores. So Reuschel's error is costly as he's given up 2 unearned runs now. And we're to the top of the lineup with Crinchiki. We're going to pull the outfield in. And Crinchiki grounds it to third. And Hebner makes an error. And the third run scores as Crinchiki takes second base. And the Tigers have given away the lead. It's 3-2. Still 2 outs. All of this 2-out rally. I don't know if you can call it a rally if you're committing errors, but it's 2 down now for Bunbury. And Bunbury rips it down the left field line. Both runners will score. Bunbury takes second base. All of these runs are unearned. And it's 5-2, Baltimore. Only 66 pitches for Reuschel as he was pitching fairly efficiently. And Murray comes up and will mercifully pop it up in the infield. Orioles score 5 runs as Detroit gets moguled. And it's 5-2 Baltimore, with Trammell leading off the bottom of the 5th. Trammell skies it on the infield. Looks like Concepcion has it. That's 1 down. Up next is Steve Kemp. Kemp grounds it to short. That's the second out. And that will bring up Carlton Fisk, who strikes out looking. So we can't get another run back on the board, and the momentum has definitely shifted to the Orioles. Top of the 6th, Jeff Burrows is up, and he strikes out looking, I should say. So that's 4 Ks for Reuschel. 1 down. Reuschel strikes out swinging. There's strikeout number 5. And with 2 down, Doug DeCinces grounds it right back to Reuschel, and he does field it cleanly this time. So a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and Lance Parrish will lead off against McGregor. He strikes out swinging, so that's 5 Ks for McGregor. 1 down, Gary Hancock, and he strikes out. So that's 6 Ks. And now we're at a point where the lefties in this lineup against this lefty are definitely getting taken advantage of. As McGregor commits his first walk, as Thompson takes first base. Richie Hebner now with runner at first. And he bloops it to left, but the left fielder Burrows has it for the 3rd out. So to the top of the 7th, Ken Singleton will lead it off. And Singleton gets a base hit to left. And it slipped my mind. Let's go ahead and switch these over to the in-game stats. So runner at first. Here's Glenn Borgman. Reuschel closing in on 100 pitches as he gets Borgman looking for the 6K. So 1 down, runner at first. Here's the number 9 hitter, Dave Concepcion. And he skies it to right. 2 down. And we're back to the top of the lineup with Crinchiki. And he gets a base hit to center. And so that's going to be it for Reuschel, as Singleton takes 3rd on that with a 60 speed. So he was hustling, and we're going to bring in a lefty to get Bunbury. I was trying to give Reuschel a chance to get out of that inning, but to no avail. We're going to bring in Comstock, who could not get anybody out in yesterday's game. So 2 down, runners at first and 3rd. Comstock we got from the Twins as he walks another batter. So, I mean, he has been terrible 3 walks in 1.2 innings so far. And I guess he's not going to be the answer until Underwood gets back from his injury. And so he gets this one over the plate to Murray, who flies out to right center field. And that is the third out. So no damage done. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. Omar Moreno leading off. And he rips it to right, but it's going to be caught on the line. So 1 down. Here's Sweet Lou. McGregor now is officially tired. And Whitaker grounds it to first. So he's 1 for 4 on the day with that inside-the-park home run. And here's Trammell, who has a triple, and he grounds it right past the first baseman, Murray. And he gets himself a base hit. So we have a runner at first. 2 down. Here's Kemp. Kemp is batting .295 versus lefties. And he grounds it to short, and that's the third out. So we're taking out Comstock, who I think we can all agree is not great. And we're going to bring in Bob Stanley, who was recently recalled when Tom Hume got injured. And he's pitched 2 scoreless innings so far, and he faces Burrows to lead off the top of the 8th, and he gives up a base hit. The Orioles now have more hits than Detroit. And Burrows is on first for Gary Renicky, and Stanley walks Renicky. So, runners at first and second, nobody out. Doug DeCinces is up next, and he grounds it right to Thompson. Is that going to be 2? It is a double play. Burrows takes third. And we're going to intentionally walk Kenny Singleton to get to Borgman, who is not as good of a hitter, but he is choosy when it comes to his pitches. And he pops it up on the infield, just in foul ground on the third base side, and there's the third out. And so we go to the bottom of the 8th, and they're bringing in the closer. They're going to bring in Tippy Martinez. This is his 43rd game with a 3.79 ERA. He did get the save in yesterday's game. That's his 25th on the year. And Carlton Fisk will meet him at the home plate. And Fisk pops it up on the infield, and that's going to be the first out. So 1 down. Tigers have done nothing since the 3rd inning. Parrish walks. So let's hit and run with Parrish to stay on the double play. Maybe try to get something going. As Hancock grounds it to second. Parrish is safe at third as he only plays at first base. So 2 down for Jason Thompson. And Thompson's going to get a base hit up the middle. Will Parrish score? Yes, he does. There we go. An RBI single for Thompson. Base hit against a left-hander. That's a pretty good job by him. So we get a run on the board, and we close it to 5-3 now. As Tippy walks Richie Hebner. So I think we got to go to the bench here with Moreno. And we're going to bring in Tom Brookins, not Bob Baylor, who's a better hitter, but we're going to bring in Tommy, who does have 5 home runs versus lefties. And we're just hoping for a 3-run Jimmy Jack. So here we go for runners at first and second for Brookins. And he laces it to center field, but it's going to be caught for the third out. So nothing good comes of that. And we're going to move, we got to do a little switcheroo here as we bring in Brookins to play third. And then we're going to put Bob Baylor in center. Okay. So down 5-3. And we're not going to let Stanley pitch a second inning. We're going to bring in Tobik, who's definitely overused at this point. It's 54 games, 4-1 record with a 2.61 ERA, and opponents are batting .249 against him. With he's got 1 save. So Dave Concepcion leading off the top of the 9th. And Concepcion's going to get a base hit right past Trammell. That's the Ninth hit of the game for the Orioles. And now we got a couple of lefties up. We're going to guard the lines. We're going to let Tolbek pitch to him. And Crinchiki grounds it to Brookins. Is that going to be two? It is a double play. Tailor-made, as they say. So 2 down. Next up is Al Bunbury. And Bunbury's going to get an infield hit to short. There's the 10th hit. So with 2 down and Bunbury at first, Eddie Murray comes to the plate. And he gets a base hit up the middle. Bunbury takes third, and it's first and third now for Jeff Burrows, who does have a home run against Tolbek this year. And he hits it on a line to right field, but it is caught for the 3rd out. And this is it. We're down to our final 3 outs. Lou Whitaker leading off. At least we have the top of the lineup. And Whitaker hits it right back to Tippy on the mound. And that's 1 down. Trammell's up next. Trammell walks on a very low ball 4. So, I guess we have to let Kemp swing away and maybe run into one. Nope. He grounds it right back to Tippy. Is that the end of the game? No. You only get the lead runner at second. And this is the man you want up, Carlton Fisk. He's got a .533 slugging percentage against lefties. So here we go. Down to 2 outs. Runner at first. Oh, no. Oh, no. He strikes out swinging. And that's the ball game. Damn it. That sucks. We lose 5-3. And now we've fallen back to 3rd place as the Orioles take 2 of 3 at home. Take a look at the standings. Yeah, they have a half-game lead. And we lose a game to the Yankees as well. So that couldn't have really gone much worse. I mean, we did win game 1. Let's take a look at the transactions. And nothing of note. So we're going to pull up the box score and be grateful that the Indians are coming to town. They're the last place team, and we desperately need to get some games in the win column to keep pace with the Yankees and the Orioles. So the player of the game, we're going to give it to Sweet Lou, who had the Inside-The-Park-Homerun. And Rick Reuschel, hard luck loser, does not deserve that. He's 9-15 now. He didn't give up an earned run on his own error and the error by Hebner. McGregor gets the win. He's 8-8 now, and Tippy Martinez gets his 26th save. So that's it here from Tiger Stadium. We'll see you tomorrow when the Indians come to town. Till then, have a good night.